Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my closet. How many times can I declutter and reorganize this closet? It is an ongoing process for sure. And in the past, one of the things that I have told you is that I don't declutter my family members' things, and that is still true. However, I have decided to come up with a plan to help my husband declutter his clothes and shoes, because I recognize that it is super overwhelming for him when he walks in here and thinking about the idea of decluttering everything at once. So I have come up with a plan on what we can do to just make it a little bit less stressful and more easy for him to declutter. And of course, I need to deal with my side of things as well, and we'll get into that in a bit. But first, let's start with my husband's side of the closet. Okay, so my plan is to go through his clothes myself, evaluate what I think he's not wearing, and I know for him in particular, things that are uncomfortable are something he's just not going to wear. Like the material, if it's like itchy, he's not going to wear it. So I know that is one thing. The other issue he has is he has changed sizes over the last several years. He gained weight and then he lost weight. And so I feel like there are a lot of different sizes in his wardrobe, and I'm perfectly fine if he wants to keep it. If he thinks to himself, well, what happens if I gain weight again? I am okay with that. But my idea, now that our son has moved out and our son's room is officially my husband's office, that we could use that closet to store clothes that we aren't using on the regular, we're not using daily. So I'm just gonna go through and look at all of his clothes and evaluate what I think he could get rid of, and then that will pare it down for him and he's not looking at so much at once. So let me go ahead and look through all of these clothes to try to determine what we might be able to declutter. Okay, right off the bat, I grabbed these suits, which honestly, I think they're dusty. I am planning for my side of the closet, one of the things I was going to do is move all of my like nicer dresses that I would wear to church or to events to my husband's office closet, just to get them out of my line of vision when I'm trying to get dressed on the daily. And if I want to wear a dress to church, or if I have an event coming up, I can go look at the dresses over there. So I think I'm going to do the same thing with my husband's suits and potentially even his like business casual pants, just because he doesn't wear those a lot. But I'm going to start by moving all of these for sure to that closet.
Still hope to hear from you most days, even though it's over and now you're...
Okay, I have a huge pile of pants here, and I feel like this is a ridiculous number of pants to own. Honestly, I really don't think I own this number of pants, but like I mentioned before, I think his issue has been that he has multiple different sizes here. So my strategy for this is to go ahead and put these into size categories. And I know what size he wears now, so that size I'm gonna keep in this closet. and then I will pile them according to the other sizes in his office closet. And like I mentioned, if he feels like it's necessary to keep those items in case he gains weight again, that's totally fine with me. I just feel like it would be better if it wasn't in our primary closet. Okay, here's where we're at so far. That is a pile of, well, one size. I guess I won't say sizes, but it doesn't really matter. But that is one size, that whole pile of pants. That's 12 pairs. This is a different size. That's 10 pair. And then over here off in the corner, here I'll swivel this way. These are all the size that fit him right now. So I'm going to hang those up. So that is where we're at right now. Okay, friends, I jumped right into this video from the get-go, just decluttering and focused on the project at hand, but I did forget to mention that today's video is a Thoughtful Thursday video, and I do have to say that I am quite chatty during this closet declutter, so I will have to make this week's Thoughtful Thursday brief. Perhaps this will make up for the extremely long one that I shared last week. So for this week's topic, I wanted to talk about a quote that I shared over on Instagram earlier this week. It is a quote from Buddha, and it says, "Don't blame people for disappointing you. Blame yourself for expecting too much from them." I thought it was appropriate to discuss this idea while I'm cleaning out my closet because for a long time I really struggled with placing expectations on my husband. There were a lot of expectations that I had, but today I will talk about this expectation that he would have the same desire for a clutter-free environment as I do, and therefore would put forth the effort to declutter. I personally decided to stop having this expectation of him. I can lead by example, and I can do things to make decluttering more manageable for him, but I understand that he doesn't really want to spend his free time decluttering. We need to allow people to set boundaries and what they are capable or willing to do, recognizing that they will not always do things the way we want them done or the way that we would do them. I like quoting Mel Robbins, who brings up this idea often on social media and her podcast. She actually wrote a book about this very topic. She says, "Let them." We are not in control of other people and how they live their lives, so we need to just let them. Let them live their lives the way they want to or need to live their lives. With most people in our lives, perhaps not with our spouse, but most other people, we only see a small portion of their lives. We don't know what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. We don't know what their social or emotional bandwidth is. We don't know how much margin they have in their lives. So to have expectations of people is really just not fair. We must have a perspective shift and take accountability for our reaction to someone disappointing us. I do have more to share on this topic, so please stay tuned. And a little bit later on in the video, I will continue talking about this idea of managing your expectations in order to curb these disappointments that we have when people let us down. Okay, here's where we're at so far. I won't necessarily leave things organized this way, but I just needed to get them mostly organized while I work on my side. And then once I work on my side, that might give me a better idea of what I can do with this space holistically. So right now I just have all the pants that fit him right there. And then this is all of his shirts. We used to have his short sleeve shirts over there. I might rearrange it back like that, who knows? But like I said, for now, I just wanted to mostly get everything kind of on his side organized before I start tackling my side. So that's what's up next. Okay, y'all, the dreaded moment for me has come. I must tackle my side and be realistic with myself, be ruthless with myself. And along those lines, one of the things I've been thinking about is there are certain clothing items that I really love them. I love them stylistically. I like the brand, just everything about them. I like the color, but the fit isn't right. And this is problematic for me. I feel like I have several pieces that the fit is just not right. Actually, when I was getting dressed today, I first put these shorts on, which I absolutely love. They fit me. I can get them up, but, and that's a big but. I'm sorry, I just had to go there. Yeah, if I can get it over my behind, we're fine with these and they fit. But as is par for the course with some pants with me, the waist is too big. And like I said, it's really hard for me to get it up over my behind. So I love these shorts and they're a great brand and everything. They're adorable stylistically, but unfortunately they just are not practical. And this is where I'm talking about I have to be realistic with myself. If I want my closet to be smaller, if I want less to manage, I need to come up with some tactics where I'm being more realistic. So with that said, my strategy here now is to be super ruthless. I'm gonna go through really quickly and take everything down that I have even a question about, I'm on the fence about. And everything that I know for sure I love and I wear and it's practical and it fits me properly, then I'm going to leave up here. And then after I'm done with that process, and I'm just working on clothes right now, we will get to the shoes. After we get done with that process, then we can parse out which things I want to keep and put in a quarantine bin to determine if I go back to them over the next 6 months or so, and which pieces need to just go bye-bye. I actually have a whole pile of stuff that I started collecting. Let me grab this. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay. Here we go. I already have this whole stack of stuff. These are cardigans that they just fit really awkwardly. I don't like the fit of them. They're kind of like that style of cardigan that's a little bit like a bat wing, for lack of a better description. I have 2 of those and they just get in my way. They're annoying. I wore this skirt the other day and I just decided I don't love it. I replaced these shorts with new running shorts because those were too tight on me. And then I just have a few random things that, again, just as I wore them, I was like, you know what? I don't love this. This is one of those shirts that is really cute, but it does not fit me properly. It's just, the fit is very awkward. Same with this one. I love this shirt, and actually I know for sure this is one that I want to put in the quarantine bin. because I think I would wear this sometimes, but my issue is I have too many shirts that I will only wear sometimes for certain occasions and not on the daily. So I will go ahead and put that in that category. This one has been on the chopping block so many times. This went into a quarantine bin for a while, and then I brought it back out, and then I did not wear it again. So she gone. And then I'm embarrassed to admit this one. I bought these pajamas and I was hopeful that these would be amazing, but they were not. They're very hot, first of all, and these shorts are too tight on me. And I usually wear an extra small or a small, and I went ahead and got a small thinking I'd rather them be a little bit too big. Y'all, they were still a little bit tight around my waist, which is very odd. So that I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of. So I already have, oh, and this skirt, which I literally just bought off the clearance rack last spring, and I wore it twice. And this the second time I wore it, I was like, I really do not like this skirt. I don't like this style. It's like a really long, straight skirt. Yeah, I really didn't like the style when I wore it. I don't wear skirts and dresses often enough to warrant keeping something in my closet that I only quasi like. So let's get started. Okay, actually, before I get started doing the rapid fire, I'm gonna start with my dresses, because like I mentioned, I wanna move those over to my husband's office closet, just so they're kind of out of my line of vision for every day getting dressed. So I will go through and decide if there's any that I can get rid of, but I did actually get rid of several dresses recently, so I think I'm good, but I will definitely evaluate and take these over to my husband's closet. Okay, I pulled these three graphic tees, t-shirts with sayings on them off the hangers, because not because I wanted to get rid of them or potentially get rid of them, but because I was going to put them in a different location. I have a dresser where I keep some t-shirts that I work out in or just wear lounging around the house, and then I have a cabinet where I keep our loungewear pajamas. However, these t-shirts, as I think about it, the only time I wear them is either I wear them like with a pair of jeans and a blazer or something like that, or I wear them like maybe after I worked out and I want to change my t-shirt. Anyway, all this to say, I actually want to keep these in my closet. It makes more sense to leave these hanging up in my closet. Okay, now is the hard part. I need to decide if I want it to go to the quarantine bin or if I'm just ready to let go. These pants, y'all, this is hard. I do love these pants, but again, these are the type of pants that are too big around my waist and too tight around my rear. So I feel like I need to let these go, even though I love the style of them. Darn it, I really love the style of them. Why doesn't it work on my body? Quarantine bin. This one, definitely quarantine bin. I do love it. I just don't wear it very often. Maybe this could go in the closet. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put this in my husband's closet with my dresses because this is something that I would wear to church, but not on the daily. So I'm gonna do that. This quarantine bin. Oh, this I grabbed because I want this is a shacket. I'm gonna put this in my hall closet with my jackets. So I'm gonna move that down there. This quarantine bin. Ooh. This is one of those shirts. I'm gonna declutter it. And then these two shirts, I wear them to work out in or to put over my workout clothes, like if I'm gonna go to the gym or if I worked out and then I need to run errands in the winter time. So I kind of feel like they need to be someplace other than my closet because this is not clothes that I would wear like every day. So I'm gonna put those, I'm gonna put those someplace. And then I have a bunch of sweaters. I love sweaters. And I live in Austin, people. It is the middle of October and I'm still wearing shorts. So I do not know why I own so many sweaters and sweatshirts, but I love them. This one, I do really love it, but it just is like, it's gotten really stretched out and it also has that pilling or piling. Please let me know. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter that. This one, I absolutely love this. I love this sweater, but I just don't gravitate towards it, and I think it's because of the pattern. I'm gonna put that in the quarantine bin. This, I have a similar sweater that I prefer over this one, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This, I feel so bad getting rid of it, but I just don't ever wear it anymore. It was a gift. Yeah, I just don't wear it. This, I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't wear it anymore. And then this is another one of those sweaters that it's like bat wings and it drives me crazy, and so you're gone. This one, this is so sad. This is one of those shirts that I absolutely love the style of this shirt. I even wore it this year, but I have to be careful where I wear it because it is very cropped on me. And I don't, you know, I'm turning 50 next month. I don't really like my full stomach showing, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. And then this sweatshirt, this actually used to belong to my daughter. I did wear it a lot last winter, but I have so many sweatshirts, I just had to cut one, so, or a couple. I'm gonna give this back to my daughter. This shirt, I have two. I have a gray one and a white one. They're just plain V-neck t-shirts, and I don't know why I don't gravitate towards these shirts. I've actually had them for quite a while and they've seen better days. I do really love them because they're plain, they're simple, but it's just like I have so many shirts. So I'm gonna put these in the quarantine bin as well. And then this, again, it's just like, I know it's super plain, but every time I wear it, I don't love it. I think because it's slightly see-through, and again, I just have so many white t-shirts that I gravitate towards different white t-shirts. I'm gonna declutter this one. And then this one, oh, this one's also hard to declutter, but I don't need a ton of button-down type blouses just because they're not practical for me. There are certain days where I will wear them, like if I have some sort of appointment, meeting, or get together with friends, like during the week, I will wear something like this, but I have several other shirts that kind of fit that category, and so I feel like I have way too many, and this one I just don't like as much as the others. So I'm gonna go ahead and just declutter this one.
Even when my heavy heart is sore. No, 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 no. I don't remember her at all.
I warned y'all, I was super chatty in this video today, so I can hardly get a word in edgewise on myself. But I do want to circle back to this topic that I'm talking about for today's Thoughtful Thursday video. And just like I mentioned that we need to allow other people to set boundaries and be okay with their boundaries, on the other hand, it is okay for you to set your own boundaries as well. You are allowed to live your life the way you want to. Setting boundaries is not unkind. We are only responsible for our own choices, and if we are intentional with our time and our boundaries, we will be able to sleep well at night, even if others don't agree with us or understand our choices. Like I mentioned, no one knows what you go through on a daily basis or what your bandwidth is. Only you know, and get to choose how to spend your time based on your bandwidth. I think the primary key in all of this is perspective. We can lead happy and peaceful lives if we keep perspective. We have a choice on how to react or respond to the behavior of others. If someone disappoints you, I think it is perfectly fine and healthy to have a conversation with that person. It's okay to let someone know, especially if you are close to them, that they have disappointed you. But the key is to have an open mind with their response, allowing them to have those boundaries. This isn't a simple thing to do, but I have found I am much happier and at peace when I hold my expectations loosely. Okay, friends, that is all for today's topic, but as always, I do like to hear your thoughts on my thoughts, so please share that down in the comments.
Okay, I did do a little bit of rearranging to try to make it feel more balanced in here with my husband's stuff and my stuff, and so I will show you that at the end, so please stay tuned. But first, I need to go through my shoes, and this is really hard because I love shoes. I'm gonna try to do the rapid fire again. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit more challenging with shoes. I probably will be keeping a lot, so just an FYI, but let's get going on this. Okay, so I took all of these shoes out because they're kind of more like transition from summer to fall, but unfortunately it is still like 90 degrees here in Austin, even though it is October. So I don't want to put away my sandals yet because I'm still wearing them quite a lot. However, what I think I'm going to do is I do have some shoes that I still really like them. I just know that I don't wear them very often, and I just am not ready to part with them yet. These Birkenstocks are a perfect example. I have other ones that I gravitate towards that don't have the toe, what do you call this? Like the toe thing. But I still really like these, so it's hard to let those go. So I'm just gonna put out what I have space for, and some of this is gonna go in the quarantine box as well though. Real quick though, you know what I realized my problem is? I have a certain look that I really like, and then I end up buying multiple pairs of shoes that are very similar. So that is problematic, and I know that I should just get rid of duplicates. That is an idea for you. But like I said, the shoes are a hard thing for me. So I'm gonna put up the things that don't fit. And I mean, that don't fit on my shoe racks, not on my foot. I don't have shoes that don't fit on my foot. Let's be clear. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, so these boxes I was able to get rid of, and I made sure that I didn't need them for when I put my sandals away. And then these are going to go into a quarantine bin. I am struggling to get rid of these, but I felt like it was kismet that there was an odd number of bins left. So if I put these in quarantine, then I have an even number of bins. Therefore, this just looks more aesthetically pleasing. So, yeah, I'm having a hard time getting rid of these, even though I've had them for quite a while. This is the pile that I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of. I do like all these shoes. I like the aesthetics of them, but this summer I did not wear any of these shoes. And these in particular, they're very, very comfortable, but every time I put them on, I didn't like them with the outfits, and you have to buckle them, which is no bueno for me. I tend to gravitate towards shoes that I can slip on as far as like sandals. And I know you can slip all these on, but I have other ones that I would wear instead. So these are all gonna go.
Well, friends, that is all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this closet declutter, and I hope that you were inspired or encouraged by the thoughts I shared in my voiceover today. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I hope that you might consider subscribing if you like this sort of content. And as always, I really appreciate you watching all the way until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.